It's such a tiny, adorable little bird. Hey everybody, Derek here from Badgerland Birding. Today, Claire is in town with me, and we're gonna go look for this ancient murrelet that was reported in Door County. There was one further yesterday, and that was like 5 hours away one way, so I was like, that's a little far, but this one's 2.5 hours. I think it's probably the same bird. So we're gonna go hopefully find it today, and that'd be a really awesome bird for the state. It'd be a lifer for me. I'm sure it'd be a lifer for you too. So that'd be a lot of fun. Let's go see if we can find it. We'll see you in about 2.5 hours. We made the drive up to Sturgeon Bay, hoping that the murrelet would still be in view by the time we arrived. It was originally found by Rush and Candy Evans, who've had a great year finding rare birds in the Door County area. We arrived at the best case scenario, other birders already on the murrelet, allowing us to get nice views of this tiny seabird. Got it. That's such a wild bird. It is adorable. It is so tiny. When it dives in the water, it kind of like flaps its wings back. It's just awesome. A bunch of people here enjoying it. It is chilly, but we got kind of like the nice sunset pouring in. It is just incredible. The ancient murrelet is a small seabird, normally found far offshore in the North Pacific Ocean. Breeding adults have white eyebrows, a black bib, and a blue-gray back. Non-breeding adults have a lighter throat and chest and lack the eyebrows of breeding adults. There are multiple reasons cited online for why they are called ancient murrelets. Some accounts say it's due to the gray on their back, reminiscent of a shawl worn by the elderly. Others citing the white eyebrows and black bib, making them look like Romans or Greeks wearing wreaths on their head. During breeding, colonies of up to 10,000 birds form, and nests are made in burrows or crevices on islands. Chicks follow the adults to sea shortly after hatching, and are raised in the water. Ancient murrelets feed mostly on fish and zooplankton, and are known for their remarkable movements underwater. They have a large repertoire of calls, with at least 9 distinct known vocalizations, likely used socially. The murrelet was hanging out with both red-breasted and common mergansers, and was constantly diving, making it difficult to get views for more than a few seconds. So one of the main difficulties here is the bird keeps diving. It'll come like a little bit closer, which is awesome, but then it's only up for a couple seconds. By the time you get into the camera, it's already diving again. But it's such a tiny, adorable little bird.
It's very cute. It's very small. I kind of just want to pick him up and hold him so he's not cold. But he's probably fine. But he's out there getting good food. He seems happy.
As the sun sets, decided to just get a little bit closer to get some more footage. The sunset's been beautiful. We had a great group of people here to see this bird. What an awesome species. With the sunlight almost gone, we decided to call it a day, pleased with our views of this rare visitor. Well, that was incredible seeing that ancient murrelet. Yeah, shout out to Candy, the original finder, and then Jason, who's given us updates too. It was so hard to video because it would pop up and like one of us would go up and then you'd get on it and then it would dive. But definitely got some good views. Apparently it came even closer earlier today. So that's such a cool bird for the state. And like what an awesome experience with the sunset too. So really grateful to have that experience today and can't wait to see what's next.
It was fun. Adorable little bird. It was pretty to watch the sunset. It's very cold. That's the only downside. And being from the south, I'm not used to the cold like that. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Nice little drive, cute little bird. What more do you need?
Later that night, I caught up with Candy Evans to hear more about what it was like to originally find this bird in Sturgeon Bay. Well, hey Candy, thanks so much for joining us. So the ancient murrelet today, that's an awesome find. What were you guys out doing today when you found that?
We were out birding, but certainly we're not looking for an ancient murrelet. Because it was rainy and just kind of crummy outside, instead of getting out and hiking as we usually do, to bird. We were just driving around, looking possibly for a snowy owl, because I know one had been spotted in Sheboygan and another in Chicago. So really, that's what we were out looking for. And then we happened to stop down by the waterfront, looking for loons, and there it was, 200 yards offshore, right in front of us.
How long did it take to click, like, hey, this is something we've never seen before?
It certainly was not on our radar prior to the bird that was found in Ashland, but because it was so fresh in my mind because of that sighting, in the back of my mind, I looked out and I saw a very small bird. It almost looked like a pigeon that was out there diving with some common merganders. And just the fact that there's such a huge size discrepancy with the other birds that were out there, that kind of set some alarms. But I was still kind of, cautiously optimistic that that's what it was. But when I got my binoculars out and I was able to confirm it. I mean, we were just over the moon.
Yeah, that's such a sweet find. How long did you guys kind of sit with the excitement before you guys obviously told a bunch, got the word out there?
We have a really good core group of birders in Door County. And immediately as soon as we saw it, I mean, my husband was taking photographs of the bird, and I was immediately sending out text messages, sending out emails, trying to post on, different social media platforms to get the word out, because this was, such a rare find. And I definitely wanted to share it with, all of our friends out in the field.
Yeah. So when I was watching it, it definitely behaved differently. Like when it would kind of dive, it would kind of just poke its wings back, or we saw it do kind of a weird flutter thing on the water. Was there a particular thing it did that you were just that's different, or that's unique?
Honestly, I think what I was most impressed by behavior wise was the amount of distance that this bird could cover in such a short amount of time. We initially spotted the bird. We were watching it, and then it disappeared. And then my husband was able to spot it in the scope about a mile offshore. I mean, it covered that distance in such a short amount of time. And then as Jason had arrived and we were trying to spot it again so that Jason could see it, and by that time, it was already back just a couple of 100 yards away from us. So I just the amount of distance that it could cover that quickly for such a small bird, I mean, it was really impressive.
Yeah, I think that surprised me a lot too. I saw in the picture someone had yesterday by a common goldeneye, it looked tiny, but even just seeing it out there, you would see a tiny white speck pop up and you'd be like, oh, that's probably it. It was just so adorable and small.
It was the most unique, seabird I have seen to date. And just, that tiny little bill, it was just, everything about it was adorable.
Yeah, and some of us trying to get media of it, it would be you would see it and you'd be like, oh, it's up, and then you get the camera on it and then it would be down already pretty much by the time you got your lens up. It was diving quite a bit too.
Absolutely. It would come up for a few seconds and then it was down again. So that was really the challenge, was trying to get it in the scope and then getting other people up to our scope quick enough to where they could look through and see it before it dove, and then we had to move the scope around again.
Yeah, for sure. But definitely an awesome bird. So we appreciate you guys, being out there looking for other stuff and then finding cool things. I feel like you guys are always finding cool stuff in Door County. So we definitely appreciate the efforts.
We tried to get out every day, typically rain or shine. So I think it's paid off. We're starting to see the fruits of our labor now. So it's been a really, I think just in Wisconsin in general, I'm kind of excited to see, what else we'll see before the year ends.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk.
Not a problem. Thank you.
All in all, seeing an ancient Murrelet in Wisconsin was an amazing experience. Have you ever seen one before? Let us know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.